Hello, I am Trista B, and welcome to my channel where I share some thoughts. Joining me today is Mr. Pumpkin. He has decided that it is very comfy to hang out with me today. I recently saw Dune 2, and I am currently reading the book of Dune for the first time. I know I've read all of the story summaries and stuff because I am someone who enjoys spoilers. I wanted to share some of my thoughts and opinions. Dune Parts 1 and 2 are brilliant films, and I do believe what everyone has been saying, that it is the Lord of the Rings of our generation. I have some thoughts, some fears about Dune Messiah. Again, I haven't read the book, but I have read the character summaries and the synopsises. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And I'm really excited for the movie. I think Denis Villeneuve will do amazing. I just want to talk about it and share what I think. So when it comes to Dune Part 2, there's some amazing pros. From the cinematography, which is wonderfully done, wonderfully paced. It is one of the most stunning films I've ever seen, which leads directly to the atmospheric aesthetic. You feel the world is very much alive, and you feel that. You feel as though, in a way, you are watching a documentary. It's a very rich, likely story just based on the scenery and the way it is filmed. And the acting is very well done. I was a little nervous about Timothee Chalamet. I think that's how you say his name. I was not extremely worried, but I was a little bit nervous because I've only ever seen him be really fun and cute and also brooding. I wasn't too afraid that he could do that in the first film. But I was curious as to where he would go as Paul, and he definitely pulled through. He did brilliant. Butler, fantastic. Florence Pugh did not get to show off her full acting chops, but she was still incredibly brilliant. Anya Taylor-Joy was so rude that we didn't get to see more of her. And Zendaya did pretty good. I liked her in this role. But that leads directly into one of my cons, is chani. I understand what Denis Villeneuve is doing with chani because of the simple fact that he is trying to tell the story visually, trying to share the message of the movie, of the book visually. He's trying to get what Frank Herbert had intentioned, which was the warning of idolizing someone, the warning of following someone blindly into a religion, into a belief, doing whatever. Like, he's trying to portray what Frank Herbert was warning. And I do totally understand that he is trying to, without using exposition or any of the common tropes nowadays, he is using chani as a vessel to share that belief, and also using Jessica. I am curious as to how, with the third movie, with Dune Messiah, how he is going to get chani into the place that she needs to be for that book to happen. I do believe in him, though, and I've watched the interviews. I think he can do it. I'm very curious as to how he's going to do it. I still really like chani from the book. She really touches my heart. But I see what they're trying to do with her storytelling wise. And then my only other con is and this is just a nitpick. I like the complexities of the Fremen lifestyle that you read about in the book, and I know that can't be fully portrayed in the movie, but it's really interesting in the book, and I would just love a little bit more detail, but just read the book if you enjoy the movie. I guess that's all I have to say. So my hopes for Dune Messiah. So I have some bullet points, and I will just run down. I already mentioned that chani, I have some reservations about, but I do believe that Villeneuve will do a great job with getting her and Paul to where they need to be for Dune Messiah. I want Paul and Chani's love to be a little bit more explored in Dune Messiah, or at least a little bit more tender. I want those tender moments because I want us to feel almost betrayed as the audience, watching Paul as he sees and acknowledges that Irulan is slipping Chani contraceptive. I want us to feel almost appalled. I want us to feel appalled at what he is doing, but also understanding as to why he is doing it. But we need to have more tenderness between Chani and Paul. I feel like I want the true horrific nature of the holy war, the jihad, to be really stamped into us. I want us to see why he was so afraid of it, and now that it's reality, why it's so terrible. I really want some sort of like gut churning scenes showing this. I want us to be super uncomfortable. I'm really excited for it, and I hope we get to see it. I really am looking forward to seeing Florence Pugh show off her acting chops, because I want us to watch her as Irulan, go through from plotting with the Bene Gesserit, being jealous of Paul, never wanting to be with her, and being jealous of Chani and slipping contraceptives for selfish reasons and political reasons. I want us to watch her as she slowly comes to like Chani and realize what she is doing and what the Bene Gesserit is doing is wrong. And I want to see that. I hope we get to see the full scale of her transformation. I want to see that full character arc. I think it would be so brilliant if we got to see that. I want Chani's death scene to be not horrific, but more very tragic. I want to see that. But we need to have that build up, a little bit more build up, at least for me to feel that full scale of heartbreak. And from that, I want us to not know at all, which I have a feeling Villeneuve will stay true to that, as far as Paul not knowing about his son, about the fact that they're twins. I think Villeneuve will stay true to that, but I really want us to not know about it. I want the common audience member to watch this whole 3-hour film and not know about until like the very end that Chani was pregnant with twins, and watch Paul's horror and the resulting effects of it. I hope Anya, because we didn't get to see how weird she is in Dune Part 2. She was in the womb the whole time. I hope, especially because Anna Taylor-Joy will be in it, I hope we get to see just how weird she is. I don't know if they'll have the Duncan and Alia romance, and if they do, I want it to be explored, but honestly, I want most of the focus to be on Paul and Chani. So if they don't have that romance, that's perfectly fine. But I want Alia, I want her weirdness to be explored. I want us to understand that she's weird, that she's otherworldly, that she is not unnatural, but odd. Going on to the other eerie characters, I want Paul's kids to be weird. I want the babies to come out very strange, very otherworldly, very something that hints at their importance and how unique they are. And my other hope is something that's very particular, but when Paul goes into the desert to walk as a blind man, to walk as a blind Fremen, I want that scene to be entirely silent, other than like the atmospheric sounds of him walking or of the sand or whatever. I don't want music. I don't want Irulan voicing over anything. Don't want any of that sort. I just want to watch him walking into the sunset, I guess, or into the sunlight, or just walking away in the desert. I hope that's a really quiet scene that allows us to just take a breath. I want it to be atmospheric. I want it to be aesthetic. I want it to be almost like the cover that we see on all of the posters of Dune. I think that would be really beautiful for him, and I'm hoping, I have a feeling that Denis Villeneuve will do something like that, but I'm really hoping for it. Other little hopes and suspicions, or other little hopes, is I'm curious, not hopes, it's more so of like, I just don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know how he's going to have Anya and Jessica be explored. I love Jessica's character in the films. I like how evil she is, how antagonistic she is. So I'll be very curious to see Jessica and Anya, if they're gonna butt heads, because part of me feels like they're gonna butt heads because Anya, in the whole time she was in the womb and ever since she was aware, it was to protect Paul and everything. And I just wonder if Jessica is also going to be about protecting Paul, but because he chose Chani and because he's making certain decisions, I'm just curious how that's going to play out. But overall, I'm not happy that we have to wait so long for the third movie. At this time that I am recording, I don't believe it has been greenlit yet, even though Villeneuve has said that he is working on the script and he is almost done with it. But yeah, so I just had to share some thoughts. Please let me know if you have the same hopes, the same wishes. If you have any different wishes or hopes about the movie, let me know if you agree with the pros and cons of Dune Part 2, if you have your own thoughts and opinions about it. I think it's an excellent movie. I think there's some really creative choices to tell the story without words, so that way you understand visually what's going on, because it is a different medium and you have to make those decisions. That's just a proper adaptation, is telling the theme of the story in the best way that you can. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to definitely be doing more of this because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions and I just want to share. That's all for today, and I will see you again next time.